I'm back, and I'm sorry it's been 3 weeks since I've uploaded a video, but I've been super busy. I've had my daughter's second birthday party on November 22nd. I had 40 plus people to cook for, and I made a huge cake, a lot of cookies, etc. I was going nuts that week. And then, of course, Thanksgiving weekend is right after that, and I traveled all the way to New York. And thankfully I was a guest, so I didn't have to cook, but I did bake 2 delicious cakes. And then I've had the decorating of my house for Christmas. And I'm so exhausted that I'm only doing the den and the dining room. So if you're interested in seeing the pictures, though, of my decorations and my daughter's second birthday cake that I made and everything else, the 2 Thanksgiving cakes, the pictures will be at the end of the video. I don't want to put them here now because some people may not be interested in them. So if you want to see them, stick around at the end of the video. You'll see the pictures. So now what we're doing today or tonight is loaded potato skins. So how that came about is my husband approached me and he's like, "Oh, what are you making for football?" What do you mean? What am I making for football? And I asked him, it was rhetorical, and he's like, "Well, like snacks, game day food, appetizers." And I'm thinking, oh, great, okay, so I have breakfast, I have lunch, and I have dinner, and now I have football. You know what? Because I love him, I'm gonna do it. And it really isn't a bother. I just like to pick on him. So, I let him choose what he wants because he's a pretty picky eater, and loaded potato skins it was. I fell in love with these after my younger brother, Paulie, introduced them to me at TGI Fridays. After that, I was in love with them, and I've been wanting them ever since, so might as well make them now on video. And they're pretty easy. There's only 3 steps to it. A lot of people overthink it and think that it's something difficult to do. It's not. You can have tons of these ready. I mean, I'm talking 50 plus in an hour, maybe an hour and 50 minutes, and 45 of those minutes is they're sitting in the oven not doing anything, so you're not doing any work. So I know I had a couple of questions from people that I figured I might as well answer because I get asked these questions all the time. So the first question is, why do you have your spices in little Ziploc containers? That's because I have close to 80 spices and seasonings, and I'm not even exaggerating. People who know me in person, who've come to my house and cooked in my kitchen, will confirm that I have a lot of seasoning and spices. So having them in jars is not beneficial for me. The second question I get asked a lot by people is, you cook so much, why don't you invest in a gas stove? It's better heating. And that's true, but in the town I live in, only 2 to 3 streets have gas available. The rest of us have to deal with an electric stove. I'm used to dealing with gas because when I lived in New York, that's all they had was gas. You're never really going to find electric stove and cookware there, so it is what it is. You get used to it, you know what I mean? The third question is, hey, why didn't you become a chef instead of becoming a lawyer? You should have been a chef instead of a lawyer. Why did you waste your time going to law school and becoming a lawyer when you should have just been a chef? You love to cook. And the thing is, that's a great compliment. But, I love cooking. I've cooked for a crowd of 60 people. I think that's about my limit that I've ever done. And I'm talking appetizers, meals. I'm talking 3-course meals because of desserts. And I do love it. And it's something that I enjoy doing. But I enjoy doing it once for a party, and that's it. Chefs have to do this for 50, 60 people all day long, and it is an amazing commitment, a lifelong commitment. They're working 12 hours a day, and their job is extremely mentally, physically, emotionally stressful, and they work very hard, and they're tired, and especially if they own their own restaurant. I give amazing props to chefs who own their own restaurants, or even executive chefs, whatever the case may be. They're working 12 hours a day, and they're doing it with passion, and it is an extremely difficult field to break into. Will I do it in the future? Who knows? It won't be in a restaurant with 100 seats. It'll probably be in a small little cafe when I'm older. I don't know. But it's not really the field that I think I was born to go into. Sometimes I feel like I was, sometimes I'm not, but when people ask me that questions, I always say, I don't know. But then I think about it and I say, to be a chef, it's more than just being a good cook. It's more than coming up with your own recipes like I do. Chefs don't get enough credit. It is more than just being simply creative or cooking for, 60 people one time for a party, every couple of months. This is something that they do every day and they dedicate their life to. So, lots of props to them. And when people say that to me, it is kind of a compliment because they feel like I guess have the skill set and mindset to do it, and maybe I do, but you know, it takes a lot more to own, you know, a restaurant or a cafe and be a chef and then worry about business and everything like that. It takes a lot more than what I do. I don't necessarily think that right now is a good time for me with, you know, 12-hour work days and just investment wise. It's just not smart. Maybe in the future, who knows? I don't know. But I get asked that question a lot, and I always say, I don't know. And then I thought about it and I figured, hey, let me just record the answer, because my family and friends ask me all the time, especially since I started just making cakes for customers and stuff. All right, so blah, 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 blah. On to the recipe. I've already made these, as you can tell. Oh, I'm recording afterwards. These are good, and they're cold by now, okay? Because all I do is talk. I'm too much. My husband tells me all the time, but he's used to it. So, like I said, these are pretty easy. They're crispy, and they're so good, they can be eaten cold. So what that means is when you're having a party, right, you can make them ahead of time. When people get there, doesn't matter if they're room temp, people are going to eat them. I eat it with sour cream. I don't know, do whatever. You want to have it with yogurt, dip it in yogurt. Personally, sour cream for me is the best. Alright, we'll stick to... Well, let's go on to the rest of the part. I think I've talked enough. That's why I try not to get in front of the camera too much, because I don't shut up. And it's like, who really cares about what I have to say? Probably none of you. You're only interested in knowing how to make this. Not about why I never became a chef and became a lawyer inside. Nobody cares. Whatever. On to the recipe. So, with the potatoes, you're going to put your oven to 400 degrees, and you're going to wash them, rinse them, and scrub them with a vegetable brush. Okay? And after you do that, you're going to take a fork. This is the fun part for me, maybe because I'm a little crazy. So you take your fork here, let me move anything out of the way, take my salt and pepper out. And what you're going to do is, you know, just like if you were baking, because what you're going to do is you're going to bake these. This is how they're going to be cooked. So you take your fork and you just stab all of the potatoes and you put holes everywhere. Okay, I know this seems kind of crazy, but this is the fun part. Okay, I take a little salt, because these are still a little damp from being rinsed off. And if they're not, you want to put some more, a little bit of water on them, because the salt and pepper is going to stick. Now, I salt and pepper the outside because these are potato skins. You're going to be eating the skins. And just for them to bake, I want them to be seasoned, so they're not coming off the first bake being bland. So you just continue doing that to all of your potatoes. And then I will show you, and you bake them at 400 degrees in the oven, I don't know, 45 minutes more. You know, you can take the potato out and you'll know when it's ready, because when you press it, it's kind of soft. I'll show you that. This is the second step. There's 3 steps to this. We've already baked them. That's the first step. So they're kind of hot. Not too bad. But if you can see here, the potato skin has become wrinkly. And that's how you kind of know that they're done, okay? When you can kind of press it in, you know that they're done. You don't want to overcook them. So a lot of people have asked me, hey, you know, you're going to cut these in half, by the way, before I begin my little story. So you're going to cut them this way. So also, what you're going to do is you're going to scoop these out. Not all of it, just most, I would say. I don't know, you know, depending upon how much of a potato taste you want in yours. You know, I don't know, I'd say about 60%. So you're just going to keep doing this, and then I'll show you the next step. I'm going to wait for these to cool off for a couple seconds. My hands are turning bright red. So you're just going to rub butter both sides. Don't skimp. See how much I'm putting on there? Okay? Some butter. Both sides. And people are going to say, oh my goodness, butter on top of bacon and cheddar cheese. Oh, it's so fattening. Then you know what? Why are you looking for a potato skin recipe? Go eat loaded celery sticks. You know? Put some kale on top of it, some beets, and dip it in vitamin water if you're really looking for healthy stuff. This is not healthy. This is, you know, game day food, party food. I'm drunk food and I need to eat. This is what it is, okay? Lightly season them with salt and pepper. So I'm going to go this way first. Okay? No need to go individual. This is good enough. Lightly seasoned, salt and pepper. I know this seems like a lot, but I mean, for me this is light. Whatever. You know? So, salt and pepper on them. Want to make sure you get every potato, and then you just flip them this way and do the same thing. Now, there's no exact, measurements or recipes for this. I'm just gonna, in the recipe box at the bottom, you'll see I'll just write, cheddar cheese, bacon, potatoes, you know what I mean? So there's no like specific amount of cheese you should put in. I'm just showing you the method, really. You can choose how much or how little of the ingredients you put up on the top of them. So now, like I said, I'm just gonna put them on my baking sheet this way. Up, 5 to 7 minutes. Flip them, 5 to 7 minutes. So what you're gonna do is continue to fill them up with cheddar cheese. Oh, my goodness. It's hot in here because I've had my oven on 400 degrees for quite a while now. So I'm basically sweating. Now, again, you can use the bacon that you fry up or you cook in your oven, however you make your bacon. I've had people say that they couldn't tell the difference between the fully cooked ready-made bacon and the bacon that you fry in a pan. And that's coming from people who, believe me, if they could tell the difference, they would be the first person to, people to say it, because they don't hide their feelings, and those are the type of critics that I like. So what you're going to do is, now you're going to break your bacon into small pieces. You can do that ahead of time and not, waste time like I'm doing right now and having to break them up. Just put them on a cutting board and chop it up. You can put, again, as little or as much as you like. So at the 400 degrees, you're going to keep it in there for about 5 minutes, right? And then you're going to turn on the broiler for about a minute or two just to get like the edges crisped up again. Loaded potato skins. And this is what they look like at the end. As you can see, the edges are nice and crispy. Now I tried not to, overdo it with the toppings inside, just for my own health. Psych! I actually thought I put in enough, but I didn't. And that's okay, because it's not necessary for me to have 80 pounds of cheese with 37.5 pounds of bacon inside of a potato. And my husband likes it with less filling. So he's the primary reason why I didn't put too much. Really, who goes to a party to eat healthy? Anyhow, this is what they look like. And if you've enjoyed the video and you try the recipe and you like it, please, share my video, subscribe to my channel, share my recipe around. I don't even mind. It's not hard. Just remember to not forget to crisp them the second time around. All right, guys, so thanks for watching. Let me see if I can get you to hear the crispiness of this. Kind of, sort of. Maybe if I bite into it, you can't really see me. I hope that comes out on video. It's hot. God damn it. Sorry. Lord, I apologize for using your name in vain. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel. Bye.